Hey there, this is Christian Rogers with your Brooklyn monthly market update. And let's get straight into the action with what's happening. So the market has actually upticked a little bit over the last month. And we've been able to see that on a weekly basis, we've had 25% more contracts signed this last week than we did the week before. And also on a monthly basis, we're up close to 8%, as you'll see this come in just a second. And here you go. So month over month, we're up almost 8% in terms of contracts getting signed. Obviously, this has a lot to do with the macro environment. We've had an extended spring market, really, where things would tend to slow down in May, but now they're pushing through into June. As you can see here, this is the liquidity chart, and this shows us what the sort of liquidity temperature is in the market. And you'll see right here, there's this little kick up. And I think that's, again, a factor of the macro environment calming down a little bit. Also, again, here, we're moving from a more buyer's market towards a seller's market. What does that mean? That means that there are more people out there, more buyers out there competing for the same number of properties. In fact, supply is down about 16%. In terms of contracts signed, you'll see that we actually had a nice little uptick here right into the last week. And you'll see that we are about to push through this sort of trend line here that typically this sort of right at the 2,000 contract sign mark. And potentially we get to move up into this range, but we'll see. We are heading into what is traditionally the slower time of the month, slower time of the year, forgive me. But we've really got to sort of keep an eye on it. In fact, this climate chart shows us that typically in the months of June and July, you'll see that we end up coming below the norm line, but below what in this diagram shows us called the easy market trend line. So we're here, and the question is, does June come back below or does it stay above? Our sense is that it may be something sort of along these lines where it stays just at the line and then in July will drop off. Again, from a macro perspective, what we've seen is, since the sort of middle of May, we've seen the 30-year fixed come in, we've seen the 10-year treasury come in, and of course, we're not quite where we were Q3, Q4 last year, nor when the market was really sort of popping in March, which was right here, but we're not that far away in terms of where the 30-year fixed mortgage is. So this starts to explain why people are now have been getting back into the market. We think we'll kind of wrap up in the coming weeks and then revisit in the fall. I hope you found this helpful, and as always, until we get to see each other face to face, here's me sending you my best.